your doctor about Taltz.
Imagine you're a kid who's told your disability will be a lifelong struggle. Now, imagine a place where that same kid is told they can do anything. I don't have to imagine, because that kid is me, and that place is Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has helped bring to children and their families, regardless of their ability to pay.
Because of Shriners Hospitals for Children, I can play basketball. I can paint.
I could play hockey.
I could climb stairs. I can write my name.
$19 a month from people like you. Let Shriners Hospitals for Children help kids like me.
Will you send your love to the rescue today?
You're not just giving a child their need. You're giving them
Hope.
Strength.
Joy. Independence.
But we can't do it with you. Just 63 cents a day can change a kid's life, like it did for me.
Will you send your love to the rescue today?
Your call says you care.
Your gift, no matter how small it is, can help you like me.
Like me.
Like Andrea.
When you call today, we'll send you this adorable Love the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of the love you gave to a kid just like me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you for giving.
Because of you, we see lives change today.
Please, call or go online now. If operators are busy, call again or go online to loveshriners.org today. Your call says you care.
Senator Lindsey Graham is not confident, well actually throwing a lot of cold water on the House tax-cutting plan, which Speaker Ryan tried to sell to Republicans in the Senate. Listen to Senator Lindsey Graham.
The Congress is stumped. Republicans in the Congress, we're all tied up in knots. The House is talking about a tax plan that won't get 10 votes in the Senate. So it's just not the administration that's got problems. Republicans in the House and the Senate have problems, and I hope we will get our act together.
I'm going to repeat that. Not 10 votes in the Senate for the tax plan that House Republicans are coming up with. Coming on in now is Kevin Brady, chair of the House Ways and Means Committee. That committee that writes the tax plan. Congressman, that was pretty strong stuff from Senator Graham. It seems to, I believe it centers on the border tax, the border adjustment tax. That's the problem for the Senate. Is that accurate?
Well, I'm not too worried about that. Look, we still have more work to do. We're going very bold on tax reform so America can leapfrog back in the lead pack as one of the most progressive places on the planet for that new jobs investment. No one can bend the current tax code that favors foreign products over U.S. products. So, look, we want the Senate to continue to look at it. I was encouraged by former CEO of Walmart, Simon's comments on your show here recently that said, look at the whole blueprint. It's awfully pro-growth. Border adjustability is a piece of that. He encouraged boards and CEOs to look not just at the short term, but the long term of where this takes the country. And so we're asking lawmakers to do the same.
Congressman, I got to press this because Senator Graham says that you won't get 10 cutting plan, and you won't get 10 votes because it contains the border tax. That's very strong stuff. Are you going to keep border tax in your tax cut proposal?
Absolutely, and here's why. We are not going to continue the current tax code that favors foreign products over U.S. products. We propose that all these products be taxed equally at the same low business rate of 20%. That does a couple incredible things. One, it's pro-growth and pro-consumer. Secondly, allows us to simplify the national tax code to become competitive. But here's maybe the most important thing. We eliminate, through that provision, along with our low rates, and no longer taxing worldwide, we eliminate every tax incentive, jobs overseas. In fact, just the opposite. We reestablished America as a magnet for new business investment in the 21st century. So we are thinking long term That's why we're going so bold.
There is one forecast that the Dow will hit 30,000. It's at 20,000 now. The forecast is it hits 30,000 at the end of President Trump's first term if he gets his entire legislative proposal through the Congress. It is enacted and we get 4% growth. I put it to you, Congressman, that if the border tax is a sticking point and that won't go for it, you will not get the entire schedule through Congress on time. Will you?
Well, I don't know that I agree with that. And I'll tell you this, we are building support every day for taxing products equally in the United States. And people are slowly starting to realize that it is key to lower tax rates for businesses of all size. It's key for us being able to export our made-in-America products around the world, which today is slapped with import tax in other countries. It's tough for them to compete.
Isn't the real
by taxing
reason
equally as well, boy, you've really made America a strong location for that new job and new business investment. So I just have to tell you, I think at the end of the day, in fact, let me predict for you, Stuart, this will be part of the overall tax reform.
The border tax is really about paying for the tax cuts for businesses and individuals. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
No, it really isn't, sir. I apologize here. This is about equal taxation in the U.S. It is meeting what our competitors do to our American-made products. They slap taxes on them when they enter the country. They take it off their products entering the United States. We're about the only country left, other than Cuba and North Korea and a few others, that don't do that. So, you know, leveling the playing field here in the U.S. is incredibly pro-growth, and at the end of the day, it's going to be the tax reform blueprint.
We appreciate you coming on board today on a holiday. I'm sure it's not a holiday for you, sir. I'm sure you're hard at work.
No, it's not.
And we appreciate you taking time
Nor
out
you,
for us.
come to think of it.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you, Stuart.
We appreciate it. Kevin Brady, everyone. Thank you.
Sure.
I got a headline for you worth taking a look at. Look at this. I'm a Democrat and ex-CIA, but the spies plotting against Trump are out of control. Who said that? Former CIA operations officer Brian Dean Wright, who is with us now. So let's see now. That's strong stuff.
Yeah.
You think you're going to catch these people who are doing it?
Well, we have to, because the consequences, if we don't, and we continue to allow this to move forward, are dramatic for the Republic, right? You can't have an unelected group of individuals, deciding who gets to be the political winners and political losers. That's deeply problematic for this country.
Well, it's sabotage.
Sure it is.
It is sabotaging the Trump administration because you don't know when these leaks are going to stop.
Well, this started this fall, right, with the whole dossier, right? And you certainly had CIA Director Brennan at the time, pushing it forward and then telling information. Good for this country. Because that's the slippery slope that I am deeply concerned about, because it happens in other places and it shouldn't happen.
You're ex-CIA,
that's right.
Operations Manager. That's what you did.
Operations Officer, that's right.
That's
it, yeah.
Now, surely the people within the CIA, they don't want this kind of thing. They understand they are professionals who obey the boss, and the boss is the president.
You bring up a very, very important point. The vast majority of folks in the intelligence community, our spies are working very hard to keep this country safe. On the sort of lower and middle-tiered spies who are out in the field doing God's work, they don't get involved in this goofy stuff. Who's doing this is on what we call the seventh floor, the senior folks who used to be part of the Obama administration. Again, I think I have some credibility here because I worked there about a year ago. They wanted jobs. In the Clinton administration, and they didn't get them. So you have a little bit of that going on. Plus, there is a concern, and this is fair, about the connection between President Trump, some of the folks in his cadre of followers, his administration, and there should be investigated. It needs to stay within the department.
Okay, they know that he or she did it.
Yeah.
What should they be charged with?
My goodness, well, I know where they need to go.
Now, what should they be charged? Is it
certainly treason and certainly breaking U.S. laws. Absolutely, breaking U.S. laws around classified information. That's the lowest of the hanging fruit. The more difficult challenge, of course, would be from a prosecutorial perspective, would be treason. Yeah. But absolutely, these folks who are doing this, there needs to be a penalty paid, and it needs to be severe.
But the odds are we will not catch them. It's very difficult.
Well, it is difficult, but not impossible. We've done it before. Aldrich Ames in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. We fought followed that man. You know, he was an individual who said, I get to know what the country ought to do. I'm going to do what going to go out and talk to the Russians and follow national security into my own conviction. We can do it. We can find these guys. It's hard, but we can do it.
Brian Dean Wright, very interesting stuff. We appreciate you being with us, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
as always.
All right. Now, you remember all this talk about a boycott of Ivanka Trump's line of products. You've seen all of that, obviously. I've got news about the perfume line. Read that banner on the bottom of your screens. Cheryl, tell us all about her perfume being number one on Amazon.
It is number one as of still right now. So this is the fourth consecutive day. Her perfume has been number one on Amazon's bestseller beauty list. And that beauty list includes everything from toothpaste to cologne for men to everything. Number one. And the prices are starting to go up on this. It's got 5 stars as a rating because it started to sell out. People are having a hard time getting a hold of it. It's so popular. And people on Amazon are writing and saying, I really like this perfume. I used to buy it at Nordstrom's. I can't get it there anymore. And they're all coming to Amazon. And Amazon, being the smart company they are, is like, absolutely, we'll sell it to you. Oh, for a premium now. It's $44.71. It was $34.
Thank you.
So the price of it has gone higher on Amazon, believe it or not.
Well, that's a good story.
I
think
like that one. We talked about
Thank you,
this.
Cheryl. Thank you. How about this? The mayor of London attacking President Trump, saying the president should be denied a state visit to the United Kingdom. How about that? We'll be back.
Look closely. Hidden in every swing, every chip, and every putt is data that makes a difference between winning and losing. The Microsoft Cloud helps the PGA Tour turn countless points of data into insights that transform their business and will enhance the game for players and fans.
The Microsoft Cloud turns information into insight.
Coin collectors and gold buyers. In 1985, President Ronald Reagan signed into law the American Gold Eagle $50 coin as a mint store of wealth. Today, the Westminster Mint has the 2017 $50 American Gold Eagle minted in one of pure gold for $1,290. It's the world's best-selling 1-ounce gold coin certified in perfect mint state 70 condition by PCGS, the most trusted name in grading. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. 70 is absolute perfection. These limited edition gold eagles are minted from 1 ounce of pure gold guaranteed for weight and purity by the U.S. government. Call 800-301-3868 now and receive this beautiful book, Modern Coin Rarities, free with your purchase. Add a valuable American Eagle $50 gold coin to your collection at the exclusive low price. Free insured shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-301-3868.
And now this, conservative radio host Rush Limbaugh dismissing Russian influence on the election as preposterous. Listen to what he had to say on Fox News Sunday. Roll tape.
In my view, it is preposterous to believe that the Russians had any effect on the outcome of voting in this country. It's absurd. There is no evidence. Zero. Nada. The New York Times has run 2 stories that are basically propaganda on this. One in October and one this past week. And both stories clearly say no evidence. Nobody they've talked to has any evidence whatsoever to suggest it.
Attention. Attention.
This is an urgent consumer alert from the Annuity Action Network. If you are currently getting or will be getting annuity payments, structured settlement payments, and lawsuit settlement payments, you may qualify for a lump sum of cash or an annuity exchange. You need to call 1-800-546-9503. Again, if you are getting or will be getting annuity or other payments from an insurance company, you may be entitled to a lump sum of cash. Federal and state laws have changed. Call us now to find out how they affect your annuity or insurance company payment rights and lump sum options. The number to call is 1-800-546-9503. To find out about your valuable annuity payment rights, you need to call the Annuity Action Network at 1-800-546-9503. The call is free. Call now for official information about your annuity payment rights. Call the Annuity Action Network right now at 1-800-546-9503 or text the word ACTION to 99000 to get started today. This was an official consumer alert from the Annuity Action Network.
I was only 47 years old. I went back to work as a school nurse, and the very first day I knew I needed to get a hearing test.
Call 1-800-BELL-TONE for a free hearing screening.
I couldn't understand what school children, as well as my own children, were saying to me. I thought my career was over. I was crushed. When you go to Bell-Tone, they're experts. This is what they do. I can participate in life the way I haven't. I feel like I'm alive again.
Nothing sounds better than free. Call 1-800-BELL-TONE for a free hearing screening today.
A draft of President Trump's revised immigration and travel restrictions. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. A draft of that new restriction. It targets the same 7 countries listed in the original executive order, but it allows in freely visa holders, green card holders, and dual citizens. Got it? Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft is with us, and the obvious question, Jay, is, will this one pass legal muster?
I think without any doubt. Thank you for having me on. Obviously, there will be people that will complain. You can file lawsuits for any reason. But clearly, this executive order, as we've seen drafts of it, is well within the constitutional authority of the President of the United States.
Because it cleans up the mess that was created when we didn't realize who was covered by the first executive order and who wasn't. It cleans it up. That's why you're saying it's okay?
Yeah, it's much more clear if you look at what the district court's opinion was, although it wasn't very clear. Some of the things that were mentioned were concerns about green card holders and other people that already had the right to be here. From what we've seen of the draft, it's clear that those that have that right to be here are not excluded, and we're just making sure that people that would come here to do us harm are not allowed in.
But a corporation which has employees which might be affected by this new executive order, they could still go to court and say, I have standing, we have standing in this court because our people will be harmed. It doesn't get rid of that whole class of litigation, does it?
No, as I think everyone has seen, you can sue for almost any reason in the United States. Unfortunately, we have frivolous lawsuits all the time. But with what I've seen on how this draft will be written, when it gets to judges that actually interpret the law instead of deciding what they want the law to be, it will stand, it will be good law, and it's the right thing to do for the people of this country.
It will be legally challenged. Will it go the same path? Will it go again to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal, which is the most liberal and overturned in the country?
I would assume it will. If I were going to litigate this, I would go to this commonly called the Ninth Circus Court of Appeals. Jokingly, some people would say it's been keeping the Supreme Court in business for decades so that they have cases to hear. They'll go there, but at some point it will come to judges that will look at the law, and instead of opposing their own will, they will come back to the rule of law and say this is appropriate under the Constitution and the laws of the United States.
How many state attorneys general feel the same way that you do?
How many will publicly say it and how many understand that? I would say the vast majority of them understand that the rule of law is the founding principle of this country and would agree with that. For political purposes, obviously, you'll have some that are on opposing political sides that will make arguments in the other direction. But clearly, we all need to have a rule of law where you know what the law is, it is what it says, and we know how we can act. And under that approach, this executive order will be upheld.
Okay, we got it. Jay Ashcroft, thank you very much for joining us, Attorney General of the great state of Missouri. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
The Mayor of London says President Trump should not be allowed, not be given a state visit to Britain.
Here we go again. Sadiq Khan says because of President Trump's travel restrictions, he calls them shameful and cruel immigration policies, and therefore says we should not be rolling out the red carpet for President Trump. Now, Parliament also is debating this petition to stop President Trump's visit from being a state visit. What does a state visit mean? All the pomp and circumstance. It involves a reception by the Queen. Now, the petition says it would be too much of an embarrassment for Her Majesty to meet with President Trump. Now there's a counter petition saying the UK is one of the strongest believers in free speech. Donald Trump is leader of the free world. He absolutely should have a state visit to the
I want reaction from Cheryl.
Is this the same country that wanted to leave the European Union because they were tired of immigration problems with regards to immigration into the UK? Just checking if I missed something.
Funny that, isn't it? Yes.
But Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, was all in favour of the Brits staying in Europe. Of course. They voted to leave Europe.
Well, again, the people voted like they did here, so.
Yes, they did. Got it. And this, Florida, Miami-Dade County, voting to drop its sanctuary status. Lawmakers heckled by protesters, the crowd yelling, "Shame on you." One woman hollering, "May God have mercy on your soul." The mayor of Miami defends his decision in the next hour. He's with us.
At Angie's List, we believe there are certain things you can count on, like a tired dog is a good dog. So when you need a dog walker or a handyman, we can help you find the right person for the job. Discover all the ways we can help at Angie's List.
Great Panther Silver produced approximately 4 million ounces of silver last year at their 2 Mexican mines. A recent mine acquisition in Peru, once fully operational, stands to increase their production up to 75%. Great Panther Silver.
Lose weight, eat healthy, and get in the best shape of your life. Introducing the brand new South Beach Diet, the safe and effective way to lose weight and learn the way to maintain a healthy weight without hunger or deprivation.
I'm Jennifer and I lost 22 pounds on the South Beach Diet.
Over 11 million people chose the South Beach Diet. It's brand new with fully prepared meals delivered right to your door. Order your South Beach Diet meal plan and get 1 week free.
I'm Asia and I've lost 14 pounds in the first 2 weeks.
The secret? A unique phased approach. First, reset your body for quick weight loss in just 14 days. South Beach Diet is low carb, low sugar with healthy fats. Lose weight fast.
I loved the food, especially the sriracha chicken.
I lost 24 pounds on the South Beach Diet.
I'm Betsy and I lost 12 pounds on the South Beach Diet.
Call or click right now and get 1 week free. Lose weight fast with the brand new South Beach Diet.
Call 888-296-PALM or visit southbeachdiet.com and get 1 week free.
She calls it like she sees it. From government spending.
That's your money, folks.
To social issues.
Looks like it's time for millennials to grow up.
Kennedy, she'll change the way you see the news.
Our world is increasingly unpredictable. Hurricanes, earthquakes, job loss, political unrest, and worse. Are you prepared? FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, strongly recommends that every American should have at least a 72-hour supply of food. For a limited time, Wise Food Storage, the nation leader in emergency preparedness, is offering their 72-hour emergency food kit, regularly $40, now only $19.99. This food kit has a 25-year shelf life and is filled with 34 delicious servings of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, ready to eat in minutes. So now when extreme weather causes flooding, power outages, or food shortages, your family won't go hungry. Get 50% off your 72-hour emergency food kit now for only $19.99. Plus, get free shipping and the Wise Survival Guide absolutely free. Call 800-358-4772. 800-358-4772.
Hundreds of millions of computers have a critical security flaw that ransomware exposes. How they deal with unknown software. Blacklist Antivirus treats unknown software as good, allowing access until it proves to be malicious. PCMag Pro's Whitelist Security treats unknown software like a virus, denying access until it proves to be trustworthy. PCMag Pro's Whitelist approach blew away the competition in the world's most respected antivirus test, smashing the proactive detection 2 years in a row. The web dashboard makes PCMag Pro quick to install and maintain for small businesses and large organizations with IT staff. PCMag Pro is light on system resources, and the scheduled maintenance will keep computers running at peak performance. PCMag Pro does research and development exclusively in the United States. Our whitelist is flipping the security conversation from detect and respond to prevent and protect. Get a quote and free demonstration for PCMag Pro, an Inc. 5000 fastest growing company.
Gene, before we go any further, I want you to tell us the story about your mom and dad. They were watching you at home. Tell us the story.
Yes. They're just sitting at home watching the rally like any normal family would do. And all of a sudden, they see their son pop up on stage. They literally fell backwards. They were so shocked.
Well, you must have been shocked when the president just picked you out of the crowd. I mean, what was the first thing that ran through your head?
I'll tell you, I could not believe. I was in shock myself. When I saw him point at me, I was like, is he pointing at me? And you know, it all started because I was the first one online, you know, and that's how it started.
There's another story I want you to tell our viewers. As I understand it, first thing in the morning, you've got a cardboard cutout of our president in your house. Take me through your morning. What do you do?
Absolutely. I walk in, I salute the president. Good morning, Mr. President. I pray for your safety. I thank you for what you do for us. Have a wonderful day. And I move on. And exactly right. So
well, what's the reaction of your co-workers? I know, you work in a car dealership. I know that.
Yes, I do.
What's the reaction of your co-workers?
Well, you know, it's me and my buddy that actually do it, a best friend of mine named Tom Connor. So I really don't have too many people around us in that way, but just the friends and the people that have seen me on TV. It's outrageous.
You having a good time? You're having a good time. I know you are.
I really am, Stuart. You know, I'm just here to be the spokesman right now for our president as well as our movement. You need to take this opportunity to be in front of the camera. I'm going to do this for him.
If you have Medicare Parts A and B and want more coverage, guess what? You could apply for a Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan whenever you want. No enrollment window, no waiting to apply. That means now may be a great time to shop for an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Medicare doesn't cover everything, and like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, these help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay. So don't wait. Call now to request your free decision guide. It could help you find the AARP Medicare supplement plan that works for you. These types of plans have no networks, so you get to choose any doctor who accepts Medicare patients. Rates are competitive, and they're the only plans of their kind endorsed by AARP. Remember, these plans let you apply all year round, so call today, because now's the perfect time to learn more. Go long.
Today I practiced karate. Today I hopped. I rode my bike. Today I played dress up. I hugged my mom.
These things may not seem like a big deal to you,
But at Shriners Hospitals for Children, we call them everyday miracles. Hop! Breaking boards. Hopping. Playing dress up. Riding my bike. Hugging my mom. Every day, for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been giving kids, just like me, the life-changing medical care we need, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
But we can't do it without you. Will you call and send your love to the rescue for only 63 cents a day?
Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children is able to make everyday miracles happen for kids like me.
And me.
And me. And me. And me.
Just $19 a month is all it takes to give an everyday miracle today.
Your gift, no matter how small, can help a child today.
When you call today, we will send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of how you are helping a kid like me.
Because of you, we see miracles like these happen every day.
Thank you for giving. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your gift, no matter how small, can help a kid like me. You can help create an everyday miracle today.
$19 a month from people like you let Shriners Hospitals for Children help kids like me.
Because of you, we see lives changed every day.
Please call or go online now.
Because everybody,
Everyone could use a miracle. Please, call or go online now. If operators are busy, please call again or give right away at loveshiners.org. Your call says you care.
It was the early 1960s. I was a teenager, just getting interested in politics. I heard on news about a riot at an American university, Berkeley, California, led by a man named Mario Savio. In those days, political activity, believe it or not, was banned on the Berkeley campus. Savio launched the free speech movement, and he won. My, how times have changed. There are now riots at Berkeley where the left is violently denying free speech to anyone who doesn't share their views. Well, hold on, everybody, because the time they are a-changing again. Conservatism is now on the rise on campuses in America and in Britain. The left's intellectual bankruptcy has been revealed. They won't debate ideas, they'll just call you names and try to shut you down. That has produced a vigorous backlash. Young Americans for Liberty has expanded to 804 chapters with over 300,000 members. So-called speakeasy groups are flourishing, where students can express conservative opinion. One British study says the current generation of students is the most conservative since 1945. What a wonderful thing this is. The essence of a university education is free and open debate. You test your views in intellectual combat. Thank goodness it's making a comeback. Something's going on. It's hard to put your finger on exactly what's going on, but the signs are everywhere. Free speech on campus. Who would have thought? Oh, to be young again. The third hour of Money and Company is about to begin. I like the title there, George Michael, Freedom on this President's Day. By the way, we are working, the other guys are not. Yes. Let's get to your money real fast. One market watcher says that the Dow could hit 30,000 at the end of President Trump's first term if he gets his way on all his policy proposals, from tax cuts to deregulation, and the economy grows at 4%. Do all of that, and we'll hit 30,000 at the end of the first term. So says one market watcher. Let's bring in another market watcher, Shah Gilani, who joins us now from Capital Wave Strategist. I believe he's out in the Hamptons. Yes. Is that where you are these days? You must be making a ton of money. Okay, yes. Now, what do you say to that? I mean, there's all these caveats. You've got to get the entire legislative schedule on schedule and get it through. You've got to grow the economy 4%. And then you'll hit 30,000. What does Shah Gilani say about that?
There are a lot of assumptions in the report, Stuart, and I don't really see the math behind them. However, those assumptions can come true, and I still think that the market can get to 30,000 in 4 years anyway. After all, it's about 9,376 points from where we are today. Sounds like an awful lot in Dow terms, but don't forget, we just came up 2,000 points in what, 4 months. So is it possible to do 9,376 in 4 years? Yes, that's only about 11% per year. It's entirely possible. The metrics are possible because there are, as I said on your show the other day, there are fewer shares available for investors every day with buybacks, with mergers and acquisitions. The market has really a firm bid under it. If we get any of Donald Trump's proposed promises, then the market can certainly do that. It's entirely within the realm of possibility.
Well, you know what everybody says. As soon as the market watchers go wildly bullish, that's the time to sell, because they always get it wrong. Time to sell, get out while you can. I mean, you're not going to discount that argument completely, are you?
Well, yes, I am, because if you look back to 2009, a lot of folks have been saying, you know, get out, get out, get out. The higher we go, the more dangerous this market is. And if you'd gotten out in 2009, hadn't gotten in, or you hadn't gotten in anywhere along the way, you'd be still sitting on the sidelines watching the market and making record high after record high. So there's no reason with where we have come from, where we can go, to actually back away now. If you have money, this is probably a good time to start putting in money, you know, gently, not all in at all one time, but also I think it's best to play the entire market, because it's still a stockers market. There are a lot of stocks, when their earnings come out, they get absolutely clobbered if the earnings miss, and certainly if revenues miss. But the market itself has really a firm bid under it, and I think it's got a long way to go.
Wow. So you'd buy some of these, I'm not quite sure the right expression, an index fund, basically, something that tracks the Dow or tracks the S&P or tracks the NASDAQ or tracks financial stocks.
Yes.
That's the way you'd go?
Yeah, that's a very safe way to go because it's easy liquidity when all of the ETFs that track the different benchmarks, and you can pick a segment of a benchmark, you can pick an industry, you can pick the entire market. There's all kinds of ways to play this with ETFs. And I think for investors who are on the sidelines a little nervous about getting in and picking stocks, and they may be a little bit nervous and should be, the entire market is a very safe place to be.
Wow.
With the market where it is, you can put stops on your orders. If you start to lose a little bit, you can get out, wait on the sidelines, see if it is going to dip, and then get back in. But you have to be in this because we may continue to go higher. Again, from 2009, everybody who waited is crying right now.
You know, if you're wrong, you won't be joining us from the Hamptons. You'll be joining me in New Jersey by the shore. That's the way it works.
That's a fine place. I'll be happy to be there with you.
Okay, you got a deal, son. But that's very interesting. Shah Gilani agrees that if we get all the president's proposals, the economy grows 4%, tax cuts, deregulation, you're saying 30,000 is not out of the question 4 years from now.
Not at all.
That's interesting. Shah, thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. Thank you very much. A lot of people expected the Not My President's Day rallies, which will be held across various parts of the country today. They're protesting President Trump, of course. Zane Tankel joins us now. He's the Apple Metro CEO and a frequent guest on this program, and a valued guest at that.
Thank you, sir.
And what you've done for me lately, but I kind of like you.
Well, I'd like to know what's wrong with New Jersey. Start there.
Oh, sorry.
Grew up in New Jersey.
You're a Fort Lauderdale kind of guy, I thought.
No, New Jersey.
What do you make of this endless anti-Trump bashing, beating that drum all over the place? I think it's losing some steam. What say you?
Well, look, any change, requires or creates backlash. Or change is awkward. Change is scary. Change is worrisome. Same old is what's comfortable. So I think it's normal. He's more changed than what we've experienced in the last number of years.
Look,
so more backlash.
I think it was last week. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday. There was this.
I know what you're going to say.
The immigrants don't go to work day. All immigrants. Your foreign born, don't go to work, close your business, don't even go shopping. Some of the people who did that, left their jobs, have been fired. Across the country, about 100 people. Now, you're the Applebee's business. You're in the food service business. Would you have fired people who didn't show up?
Well, frankly, I think they got fired for a different reason, and it has nothing to do with anything other than not being engaged in your job. They were what we call in this business, call no show. They didn't say to their employer they weren't coming in. They didn't ask for permission. They show up. And that merits firing today as well as the immigrant day. It has nothing to do with that. Having said that, so help me God, I do not know a single person that went into that works for us, and we have thousands, that marched in that protest.
Not one.
Look, not one. I don't know of one. I'm not telling you out of the thousands we haven't had one, but I don't know of a single one. Number one. Number two, we have laws. We have laws of land. They come here with those laws, and you abide by them or don't come here.
Sure.
So it's like an on it. But I'm compassionate, Stuart. I need to say, for people who were born here, some of our best people were immigrants, correct?
Sure.
I'm talking to one right now, in fact.
I think what the left is, and Ashley too.
I say, they know the rules, they know the laws. Exactly. Come in, and that's what it is.
Yes. When I came 40 years ago, there was no question about it. You overstayed your visa, or you came across the border illegally, you were toast. You were gone.
Nothing wrong.
Nowadays, if I criticize someone who is here illegally, I'm a racist. I'm anti-Hispanic.
No, that's the law of the land. That's what my response is. It's the law of the land. And if you don't come here intending to abide by the law of the land, you should go back, quite frankly. But let's not confuse what the immigrant day was. People that did a no-call, no-show would be termed no matter what day it was, whether it's a protest day or not.
You run, I think, 42, 43 Applebee's around in this 40-odd. The CEO of Applebee's, the overall company, just walked away, resigned, I think. What do you make of that?
Well, that's what the press said.
And what do you say?
Well, I think it takes a different skill set to operate a large company in a difficult time than it does in the retreat is more difficult than the charge. Okay. And when Applebee's was the 1,000-pound gorilla, still is, by the way, and everything was going just fine and dandy, that's a skill set, and she did that quite well. Then began to hit some bumps in the road. The legacy brands, as we call them, the big names who've been around, started to hit some turbulence, let's say, and the skill set that it took to work through that is a different skill set. Having said that, she picked a initiative 2 years ago, which was new steaks, hand cut, wood fired, change grills, and it didn't work. And the consumer rejected it. And when the consumer rejected it, she didn't respond quickly enough. If the consumer accepted it and went straight up, she'd be getting big bonuses, wouldn't she? So it goes the other way, who wears it?
I don't ever want to cross you. That's a fact, Zane Tackle.
You always can, Stuart.
yeah, for about 10 seconds. Zane Tackle, everyone, is a good man. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Sure thing. 2 items on immigration. First, President Trump planning on a whole new executive order on travel restrictions. Should be doing that this week. Details coming up. Second item, Miami-Dade County Commission votes to end its sanctuary status. The mayor of Miami will join in just a moment.
No matter how the markets change, at T. Rowe Price, our disciplined approach remains. Global markets may be uncertain, but you can feel confident in our investment experience around the world. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
If you often suffer from a dry mouth, over time it can lead to cavities and bad breath. That's why there's Biotene, the #1 dry mouth brand recommended by dentists. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
She calls it like she sees it.
Will they stop at nothing?
Taking on government spending.
That's your money, folks.
Social issues.
Looks like it's time for millennials to grow up.
And everything in between. Kennedy, she'll change the way you see the news.
It's going to be amazing, and you're going to be a part of it, and that's why I love you. Good.
Hey, man, you okay?
Yeah, just a little shook up. This car, for a second I thought it could be Sue's. Same make, model, same color, same year even.
I see what you mean.
I've been thinking about it all morning. I mean, if something did happen to one of us, what would our family do?
Don't you have life insurance?
Oh, we keep putting it off. Just not sure we can afford it.
Well, I think the same as you, and I have a policy. You know, just something to help cover expenses.
Is it legit?
It's from Mass Mutual.
Yeah, I've heard of them. They've been around a long time.
And so will you. But you'll feel better knowing that you can care of things. Look, at lunch today, if you'd like, I can show you that policy online.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, thanks.
If you're between age 50 and 75, there's an easy, affordable way to get life insurance. It's called Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance from MassMutual. It can help cover final expenses such as funeral costs, medical bills, and other debts. Rates can start at less than $10 a month, and you can choose how and when to make payments. Policies range from $2,000 to $25,000, so you choose an amount that fits your budget. It provides a lifetime of coverage. Your payments are guaranteed to never increase, and your coverage never decreases. And MassMutual pays the money quickly to your beneficiaries. With Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance, there are never any medical exams or health questions. You cannot be turned down. And it's from MassMutual, a company that's been putting policy owners first for more than 160 years, with financial strength ratings among the highest of any company in any industry. Call now to learn more about Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance.
Call 800-905-7540. There's no obligation. That's 800-905-7540. 800-905-7540. Call now.
Trump goes on the offensive.
We are not going to let the fake news tell us what to do.
After sounding off at his rally,
We have to tell the Democrats to stop their tactics of delay.
Dobbs had all the fallout. Part of our powerful early prime lineup tonight.
The Miami-Dade County Commission has voted to end its sanctuary status. That would comply with President Trump's executive order. Joining us now, Carlos Jimenez, Mayor of Miami-Dade County. Your Honor, welcome to the program. Very good to see you, sir.
Nice to be here.
Now, sir, most areas which have a large number of Hispanic people within them are very strong on maintaining their sanctuary city status or sanctuary area status. Why is it that you've gone to get rid of the sanctuary status?
Well, we never considered ourselves to be a sanctuary city or sanctuary community here in Miami-Dade County. That label was actually put on us back in May of 2016 by the Justice Department and the Obama administration because we refused to honor detainer requests unless the federal government would guarantee reimbursement for the cost of those detainers. That policy was implemented back in 2014, and because of that policy, the sanctuary community or possible sanctuary community was put on Miami-Dade County. We simply reversed that resolution that called for that reimbursement, and so once we did that, then that issue then is behind us.
So now, what is the relationship in Miami-Dade County? What's the relationship now between ICE, immigration officials at the federal level, and local law enforcement? What's the relationship between the two?
Well, there's always been a communication, at least in terms of sharing of information between Miami-Dade County and all federal agencies, and so what we do is if you get arrested for committing a crime here in Miami-Dade County, we'll fingerprint you, we'll take your picture, and we'll send that information around the nation. ICE is the one that tells us that they have an interest in an individual, and so the last couple of weeks since we've changed the policy here, we've had something like 50 detainer requests. Most of these are repeat offenders. A lot of them have pretty serious crimes, but we actually don't know who is a undocumented or illegal immigrant here when we arrest you. That's not one of the things we do. You know, we do our job, and then ICE does their job, and I think that's the way it should be.
Why is it that some sanctuary cities elsewhere in the country are very strong on maintaining that status? In fact, they've organized taxpayer-funded funds to defend illegals who are swept up in this instance. Why are they so strong in maintaining that sanctuary city status? Is it a vote? Is it local vote? Is that what it's all about?
If you ask me, it's politics has a lot to do with it. The immigrant makeup here in Miami-Dade County is different than in other parts of the country. But we basically have never thought ourselves as a sanctuary city. We cooperate with the federal authorities. Our police officers are not now and will not be immigration officers. That's the job of the federal government. But if somebody is arrested here in Miami-Dade County, we share that information with federal, state, local police agencies across the country. Whether you are a citizen, a resident, a visiting immigrant, or an undocumented immigrant, it doesn't matter to us. Now, if ICE wants us to detain that individual, we will do that for 48 hours, regardless of the fact if they will pay us for those costs or not.
Okay. Carlos Jimenez, Mayor of Miami-Dade County, thank you for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Your Honor, thank you. Now this. The Trump administration is planning a new immigration order this week, maybe this week, after courts held the original immigration and travel restriction order. Can you spell out what will be in the new order?
Let's talk about it. Still targets those 7 countries that were identified in the first order, terror hotspots. But here are the exceptions that we believe will be contained in this new order coming out this week sometime. They include green card holders will be exempt, as will travelers with visas and dual citizens. Those are the folks who kind of got caught up in the first round of this, stuck overseas. When they had valid visas, they were green card holders, they were dual citizens. That has been addressed.
So they're in. Not a problem with them. They won't be held up.
They are not part of this at all.
Despite the fact there's probably 60,000 visa holders from those 7 countries.
Yes.
They will be allowed in.
They will be allowed in. These are the. This
That's
is
a
the
key difference.
compromise. It's a key difference. It will still be challenged because people say you're still targeting these 7 countries, and that is unconstitutional because you're basing it on faith, i.e. majority Muslim countries.
So it's got to go back to court.
You know it's going to go back there,
But it's been slimmed down, trimmed down.
Absolutely it has.
Okay, this is fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
We have this for you as well. Bill Gates, you know, he's the world's richest guy, got that. Well, he says if robots take a human job, the robot should pay taxes. Isn't that interesting? The king of technology, who has displaced a lot of human beings, now wants to tax the robots that take their place. Very interesting stuff. We'll be back.
Weekdays at 5. International markets, breaking global news, and the critical issues shaping trading day. Get it all only on FBN AM. Weekdays at 5.
Money is like life. You have to decide how to spend it. And just like life, every decision affects every other decision. The trick is keep track of what's going on. So we made you some simple, free tools to help you see all of your money and investments in one place. So you can make smart choices about how to spend your money and your life. Personal Capital. Get to know your money.
Hi, Olivia. How are you?
Good.
Could you write a letter telling us what you're most thankful for?
Okay, what should we write for Dr. Evans?
What color? This paper? Thank you for... And
Dear Dr. Lahanza.
Dear Brandon,
Before I met you, I couldn't ride with my hand.
I can do so much now. I can ride a bike and so much more. Thank you for being
so kind. You've changed me for the better.
because of you, I am able to
Play sports like football.
can run,
Jump and play since my surgery.
I always feel special when people like you are around me.
These moments are only possible because of people like you. Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children has helped more than 1.3 million kids over the last 90 years, regardless of a family's ability to pay. But we need your help.
When you give 63 cents a day at loveshriners.org right now,
You're helping kids like me.
And me. And me. And me. When you call today, we will send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of how you are helping a kid like me. It only takes 63 cents a day to give the gift of a miracle. Really? Only 63 cents?
Because of you, we see lives change every day.
Your gift, no matter how small, makes a difference. But a big gift makes a big difference. You make miracles happen.
We are so grateful for your support.
Thank you.
Merci. Gracias. Sheshe.
Thank you for giving.
Your gift now makes these moments possible.
Please call or go online now. If operators are busy, call again or give right away at loveshriners.org.
Look, here's what's wrong with your workout. You're not doing it. Why? Because you don't have time. So we invented this, the Bowflex Max Trainer, the breakthrough 14-minute total body workout that combines low-impact motion elliptical with the calorie-burning power of a stepper.
Max Trainer is a great full-body workout. It got me shredded in my arms, legs, my abs, fixed my butt. So I lost 21 pounds in 10 weeks. Everybody was blown away. 14 minutes is all it takes.
Max sets targets to guide you through a smarter workout, short bursts of effort followed by longer periods of rest. So in just 14 minutes, you burn more calories in less time.
The programming tells you exactly what to do and how hard to work. It was incredible. I lost over 8% body fat in 10 weeks. It's the best feeling in the world.
To learn about special financing for 18 months and how to save over $250 off Max, call or go to ordermaxtrainer.com. That's ordermaxtrainer.com.
It's President's Day, and this is happening right now. There's a ceremony, Mount Vernon, Virginia. It is celebrating the 285th birthday of our first president, George Washington. Right there, Mount Vernon, happening as of now. Next case, billionaire, and of course the world's richest man. His name is Bill Gates. He says robots that take away a human job, those robots, you got to tax them. You want to explain that?
Yeah, but do they get a refund in April? I want to know. And who files for them? Do probably file themselves. Listen, Bill Gates says they are stealing human jobs and they should pay their fair share of taxes. Otherwise, we're going to have a massive deficit. $2.7 trillion in the U.S. alone if you have a bunch of machines doing the work of people who would normally get paid a salary and pay their taxes. Believe it or not, this idea is already floating around in the EU, although we shouldn't be surprised. In Europe, the EU lawmakers, they actually proposed it. It was rejected. But profits on robot savings could be used as a tax offset. In other words, they've got to find a way to make up for the taxes. But as you point out, Bill Gates was very instrumental in letting technology take jobs
Exactly.
from people.
I mean,
So,
he's the king of it.
was it guilty conscience? I don't
How
know.
many people lost their jobs because Microsoft came in
Yes.
with all kinds of wonderful programs that eliminated your job?
Well, and it goes on. 50% of jobs are estimated right now could be replaced by a robot.
Do you remember
Think
who
about that.
The Luddites.
The Luddites.
Remember, Ned Ludd was his name.
Yes.
And he smashed the mills, the little cotton spinning machines in England around 1815, 1816, because it was ruining the rural economy, making it an industrial economy.
Is that why they call you a Luddite?
That's part of the reason, yes. Ned was around before 1815.
Before the iPhone, yeah.
Congress of Vienna.
Wow.
That was my A-level history.
I can tell.
Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen, while a couple of Brits ad-lib about their youth. Okay. Next case. It's President's Day. We're working. Our opposition, our competitors are not. End of story. We'll be back.
But if you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, you ain't gonna make it with anyone anyhow. All right.
FoxBusiness.com, your portal to all the business information you need. Access all of our exclusive content, including shows, market news, tweets, live radio, and podcasts.
Thanks for doing this, Dad.
So I thought it might be time to talk about a financial strategy.
You mean pay him back?
So let's start talking about your long-term goals.
Knowing your future is about more than just you. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
At Angie's List, we believe there are certain things you can count on. Like what goes down doesn't always come back up. So when you need a plumber, you can count on us to help you find the right person for the job. Discover all the ways we can help at Angie's List.
Today we're finally getting our bathtub redone. We weren't happy with it.
But we didn't want the headaches of demolition.
Or the days without our bathroom. Then a friend was about Bath Fitter and their unique tub-over-tub process. There's no demolition, and they install in as little as a day. They also have a seamless wall for a watertight fit. And Bath Fitter has a lifetime guarantee. What a difference. Finally, a bathtub I love.
Call today or learn more at bathfitter.com.
The future of business in New York State is already in motion. Companies across the state are growing the economy. With the help of the lowest taxes in decades, a talented workforce, and world-class innovations. Like in Plattsburgh, where the most advanced transportation is already en route, and in Corning, where the future is materializing. Let us help grow your companies tomorrow, today, at esd.ny.gov.
I had so many reasons for not losing weight, for putting it off, sound familiar? It's time to take control with Nutrisystem.
Introducing new Lean 13 from Nutrisystem. Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast. Money back guaranteed.
You gain energy, you improve your health, and you lose weight. I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day plan right now. With Lean 13, you'll get designed meals. Plus 1 week of new NutriCrush bars to crush cravings free. And 1 week of Turbo Shakes to bust belly bloat free.
Belly fat? Got that under control too.
Call or go online in the next 2 minutes and we'll even throw in FedEx shipping free. Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall.
Before I was mugged by reality, I was on the left. Absolutely.
What changed you?
What changed me? A variety of people that I came to know, doing a lot of reading, and understanding that the world doesn't work the way Marxists think.
No, I know what happened. You suddenly had to start paying an astronomical high tax rate. That's
I paid for tuition for my children.
Exactly. Herb London, you're a great guest, and we do hope that you can come back again soon.
Well, always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. President Trump now cutting coal regulations. You know that. He appeared not too long ago with a whole bunch of miners from Kentucky and West Virginia. Big smiles, hard hats. Those regulations of the coal industry gone. Question, can that bring the coal industry back anywhere close to where it was? Personally, I don't think so. But Robert Murray joins us now. He is the CEO of Murray Energy Corporation. He's smiling because he heard my opinion that coal cannot make a comeback to where it was. And you're going to take me on, aren't you, sir?
Well, I think so, to a point, Stuart, and good morning. The coal industry, you're correct, cannot come back to the 1.2 billion tons a year of production that preceded Barack Obama and his Democrat friends. They destroyed the industry down to 760 million tons now. It can't come back. At the same time, China's coal production moved up to over 4 billion tons. So we're 1/6 or so of the Chinese. It can't be brought back. But if he creates jobs, as he says he will do, and the economy grows, people in their homes don't use much electricity, Stuart, but the factories do. Okay. And if he can create jobs in America, coal will come back.
Okay, what about the price? Because you've got a great deal of competition these days from natural gas. The frackers are producing an enormous quantity of natural gas, competing directly with coal. Can you compete on price?
Yes, I can. I can compete directly head-on with gas. The problem is we have windmills and solar panels that get a 30% tax credit from the taxpayer. Coal costs 4 cents a kilowatt hour. Windmills and solar panels cost 26 cents a kilowatt hour, and they get a 4 cent a kilowatt hour subsidy from you, the taxpayer. Get the government out of the energy business. Put it back to private enterprise, not government enterprise. And you give me the ball, Stuart, and I'll compete with natural gas all day long, because my coal is cheaper than natural gas, which has historically been 15 cents a kilowatt hour. It is lower than that now, but we can take them on. But we need to get the government out. We need to get a level playing field in the energy industry, and coal can compete.
Well, you know that any environmentalist who's watching this program right now and listening to you, they are saying, you, sir, Robert Murray, you are a polluter. You're going to produce more coal, we're going to burn more coal, and we're going to get a whole lot more CO2 emissions. And you, sir, are killing the planet. That's what they're saying. What's your response?
My response is, I'll take what the Obama EPA said in a study. You could shut down every coal-fired plant, Stuart, in the United States of America, and it would have an immeasurable effect, immeasurable, that's their word, on global temperatures, 0.0 degrees Fahrenheit. That is immeasurable.
So, you're not a polluter, and you're going to produce more coal.
I care just as much about the environment as these radical environmentalists, but I also care about jobs and America. It was so rewarding to see my coal miners there on Thursday with the president, with their boots on in the Oval Office.
Are you going to hire more coal people in your company?
Yes, if we can get the markets back. We must compete head-on with natural gas, but we must get rid of many, many more regulations of the Obama administration. The bill he signed Thursday was just the start. There are many, many more that we have to get rid of, including the Clean Power Plan, which Murray Energy, my company, got a stay before the U.S. Supreme Court last February. We have to overturn that. We have to cut the government bureaucracy in Washington in at least half in some of these agencies. We've got to get rid of those subsidies for windmills and solar panels. And then we will get down to low-cost electricity. My coal miners will come back to work as the economy grows.
All right, Robert Murray, look, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming to us today on this President's Day. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Got it, Robert. Now this, Kraft Heinz has dropped that gigantic $143 billion offer for its Anglo-Dutch rival known as Unilever. Ash is going to tell us why they dropped it.
Well, Unilever immediately said, sorry, not interested. That undervalues us. Even at $50 a share, as you say, Stu, that would be $143 billion. Ultimately, people on both sides of this deal said the companies would have a hard time meshing. There would be somewhat of a culture clash. Their business models are a little different. And ultimately, they felt it just wasn't going to work. There was an interesting story in the Financial Times this weekend saying that Downing Street got involved. Prime Minister Theresa May got involved. Want to know, well, what's going on here that Kraft Heinz wants to take over Unilever because of the Anglo side of that. They're strongly denying that, saying you need to go ask Kraft Heinz why they pulled out. We had nothing to do with it.
But it's off.
But it's off.
For
Done.
now.
For now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
How about this? New Hampshire Democrat Party chair. His name is Ray Buckley. He's dropped out of the race to run the Democrat Party. He's actually dropped his own candidacy and is endorsing the man on the right, Minnesota Congressman Keith Ellison. What Buckley has done, he's gone from mocking the left to joining it. We'll be back.
How do you see the world? At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles. Like riding my bike. Break boards. Swimming. Playing soccer. Hugging my mom. Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
But this life-changing care is only possible because of support of people like you.
When you visit loveshriners.org and give just 63 cents a day, you're showing that you care.
Will you join us in helping children in need?
When you call today, we will send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of how you are helping a kid like me.
Your gift can change a child's life forever.
Because everybody everyone could use a miracle.
Your gift, no matter how small, can help a child like Catherine today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you for giving.
If operators are busy, please call again or give right away at loveshriners.org. Your call says you care.
President Trump promising big tax cuts, and House Ways and Means Chairman Kevin Brady, the man who writes the tax code, says he's got a plan to get it done. Roll that tape.
We are not going to continue the current tax code that favors foreign products over U.S. products. We propose that all these products be taxed equally in the United States at the same low business rate of 20%. That does a couple incredible things. One, it's pro-growth and pro-consumer. Secondly, allows us to simplify our international tax code to become competitive. But here's maybe the most important thing. We eliminate, through that provision, along with our low rates and no longer taxing worldwide, we eliminate the tax incentive to move jobs overseas. In fact, just the opposite. We reestablish America as a magnet for new business investment in the 21st century. So,
with every early morning, every late night and moment away, with every click, call, punch, and paycheck, you've earned your Medicare. It was a deal that was made long ago, and AARP believes it should be honored. Thankfully, President Trump does too.
I am going to protect and save your Social Security and your Medicare. You made a deal a long time ago.
Now it's Congress's turn. Tell them to protect Medicare.
If you love your friends and family, Gibson. It's filled with $242 worth of great food for just $59.99. That's 75% off only on this special offer. The Omaha Steaks Complete Collection includes 4 tender, mouth-watering filet mignons, 4 extra thick boneless pork chops, 4 juicy boneless chicken breasts, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, 4 classic juicy Omaha Steaks burgers, and golden brown potatoes au gratin. Dessert is 4 caramel apple tartlets. Your order will be delivered straight to your home or the destination of your choice for the perfect gift. As a special thanks from us to you, if you order right now, we'll include 4 additional Omaha Steaks burgers free. That's 8 total. You get it all. Omaha Steaks Complete Collection, a $242 value for just $59.99. Give everyone a gift they can appreciate. Give them the Complete Collection from Omaha Steaks today.
Ray Buckley chairs the New Hampshire Democrat Party. He was running for the job of chairing the National Party, and he appeared on this program last week. Listen to what he had to say.
But what we need to do is acknowledge that there was a lot of anxiety. And while the economy was significantly better after 8 years of Barack Obama, it was not where it was for the average working class family to feel that their future was moving forward and that they could actually fulfill the American dream. We should have addressed that more. I think it's the anxiety that exists, not just through the Midwest, but throughout the entire country, is very real.
That was last week. That was a centrist Democrat who was running the job of running the Democrat Party. Now we find that that gentleman, Ray Buckley, has dropped out of the race to chair the DNC, and he's actually endorsed a far left Congressman, Keith Ellison, for the job instead. Mercedes Schlapp.
Wait, do you want me to call you Barney instead of Barney?
No, son, I'm very sorry about that. I am frankly amazed that a man who is very much in the center of the Democrat Party should drop out of the race and endorse Keith Ellison. Can you tell me what's going on?
It's called politics. This is what happens in these Democratic National Committee races. It happens on the Republican side as well. It's you negotiate these deals with them in terms of trying to figure out how you can reduce the number of candidates who are running. Remember, Stuart, that there are 10 candidates that were signed up, basically, who put their hats into the ring to go run for DNC chair. And then people start forming coalitions. They start forming their teams. And so I think Ellison was able to it was a big get to get Buckley on board.
But wait a minute, Mercedes, hold on a second. The DNC chair is now down to just 2 leading candidates, Keith Ellison, Congressman Ellison right there on the screen, and Mr. Perez, former Labor Secretary. They're both on the left. The center is not represented.
Well, no, and I think Ellison even more so in the case that you have Senator Elizabeth Warren and you have Senator Bernie Sanders as well as Chuck Schumer supporting Ellison, which clearly I don't see where he has that connection with the working class, especially the white working class, which was the coalition that they lost. It was that constituency that they lost during this last election cycle. So I think with Buckley, again, going in the direction of Ellison, as well as some of these key labor endorsements going towards Ellison, it puts Ellison in a very strong position to win this weekend.
You Republicans must be really pleased about that. However, you're not pleased about the schism within the Republican Party. I've got 3 items for you. Senator John McCain overseas criticizing President Trump, talking about this is how dictatorships begin. Then we had Lindsey Graham throwing a lot of cold water on Paul Ryan's tax cut bill, saying you ain't got 10 votes for this thing in the Senate. That's a problem. And Senator Rand Paul says the U.S. is lucky that John McCain, another fellow Republican senator, is not in charge. That, Mercedes, is a split and a half, isn't it?
Oh, I think there is so much emotion surrounding the Republican Party, and I'm hoping that President Donald Trump will invite Lindsey Graham over, McCain, Paul over to the White House, have these discussions. I mean, this is a type of, you want to be able, it's a big family. You got to be able to have these open discussions together and try to solve the problems. I think it becomes very problematic when you have John McCain going out at an international conference and speaking so negatively about Donald Trump. It's not the perception we need to be showing to the international community.
Do you think it's personal with Senator McCain? After all, Donald Trump really insulted him royally during the campaign.
I don't know. I mean, I think for McCain, he obviously has very strong strong negative feelings towards Donald Trump. It could be personal, but I also believe that for John McCain to go out and into the international community, speak so negatively, and even bring up the word dictatorship. I mean, my father came from a communist country. We know what it is to live under a dictatorship in Cuba. I have to tell you, it's incredibly disappointing because President Trump, he can go ahead and be critical of the president. Now, if you're talking that he's going to censor the press, or if he's going to, if there's a witch hunt of the press, then let's talk about that. But a dictatorship because he's being critical of the press, I think he went a bit too far.
Can I ask you this? I've just got 30 seconds, Mercedes. I want to ask this. Were you as surprised and pleased when you saw Melania Trump recite the Lord's Prayer before the speech of her husband in Florida?
You know, I think this is what America is about. It's about freedom of speech, and it is about the opportunity for someone who is in a position of power, in her case being the First Lady, to be able to recite the Lord's Prayer. That's something we don't get to hear anymore. No. I mean, God only knows that in our public schools where the children are not even allowed to pray. So it comes, so for me, it was incredibly refreshing. I think we need to have more of you know, one nation under God. I think it's exactly what our founding fathers wanted in our nation. And I just was so pleased to hear when she recited the
It was really
Lord's
good
Prayer.
stuff. I just loved it.
I did too.
Loved it. Mercedes Schlapp, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us, Mercedes.
Thank
we'll see you again real soon. Thanks. We do have a flood warning. Got to tell you about this. A flood warning for, in effect, parts of Northern California. Just look at that weather map. Tells the story. There's a new storm. It's arrived. It's going to bring up to maybe 5 inches of rain in the area. The forecasters are looking for heavy flooding. We've got it all on this President's Day. Politics, money, and even the weather. We'll be back.
You can honor and empower those who have sacrificed so much for us through Wounded Warrior Project.
Looks like a bunch of us just riding bicycles down the street. And it is so much more than that. It's definitely therapy for all of us.
Call Wounded Warrior Project or go online with your gift right now. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that provide hope for warriors and their families.
Through Wounded Warrior Project's help and getting the recovery that I need, I'm just the proudest dad in the world. Full of joy, happiness, having hope again, having my life back.
Call or go online with your gift of just $19 a month. We'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
Hey, Daddy, how about we play some?
Outward can explain how grateful I am to Wounded Warrior Project. They understand what the struggle has been.
I was deployed to Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom. For the past 12 years, I've been suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Months ago, I couldn't even get out of bed. And here I am riding bikes in beautiful Florida. Words can't even begin to describe the emotions that I have and the love that I have for Wounded Warrior Project.
Please, call Wounded Warrior Project or go online with your gift right now.
The immigration battle and Trump's new executive order. We break down the latest developments and all of the fallout in our must-see midday lineup today.
If you've ever considered getting a walk-in tub, we have great news.
No more cold seats. For a limited time, when you purchase a Safe Step walk-in tub, we'll upgrade your order to include our newest feature, a heated seat.
That's a $600 value, free.
But that's not all. The new and improved dual hydrotherapy system now has foot massaging jets to help soothe aching feet.
And as always, Safe Step walk-in tubs are built to maximize safety so you can stay in your home and enjoy the comforts of bathing again.
Call the number on your screen now for more information and a free, no-obligation consultation.
Our new walk-in tub is affordable and could change your life.
Thousands of people just like you are already enjoying the safety and luxury comfort of their Safe Step walk-in tub. Financing is available, so call 1-800-722-6464. That's 1-800-722-6464. You deserve it. Call and get yours today.
Our world is increasingly unpredictable. Hurricanes, earthquakes, job loss, political unrest, and worse. Are you prepared? FEMA, the The Federal Emergency Management Agency strongly recommends that every American should have at least a 72-hour supply of food. For a limited time, Wise Food Storage, the nation's leader in emergency preparedness, is offering their 72-hour emergency food kit, regularly $40, now only $19.99. This food kit has up to a 25-year shelf life and is filled with 34 delicious servings of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, ready to eat in minutes. So now when extreme weather causes flooding, power outages, or food shortages, your family won't go hungry. Get 50% off your 72-hour emergency food kit now for only $19.99. Plus, get free shipping and the Wise Survival Guide absolutely free. Call 800-358-4772. 800-358-4772.
The retail industry, parts of it, the bricks and mortar part in particular, are being called the walking dead. They just can't handle online selling. Amazon in particular, killing them. Come on in, Jeff Flock, who is near Chicago, and I think, are you at a ghost mall?
No, I'm on this once great retail mecca called State Street in Chicago, Stuart, which is now sadly littered with what they call the walking dead of retail. Who are they? Well, this isn't my determination. Wall Street Journal was talking about this. That's Payless, by the way. They're talking about closing 1,000 stores. There are about 19 different retailers. Take a look at some of the people, the stores that are considered to be the walking dead. Nine West, J. Crew, Gymboree, True Religion. Where are we going to get ripped up jeans now? Moody's says in all, 19 of the retailers that it follows are poor credit or very high credit risk. And Stuart, it's not just non-bricks and mortar stuff, the online stuff. People these days seem to want experiences. We want to have a great dinner. We want to go on a great vacation. We want to go see the Cubs play. We don't want stuff. And so Claire's, for example, the little tchotchkes for little girls' hair and all that sort of thing, they owe $1.79 billion in bond debt, and they've got a big an interest payment coming up in March. People think they're one of the next that will be filing Chapter 13.
That is fascinating, Jeff Flock. That is fascinating. I mean, that's one of the stories of our times, the rise of Amazon online selling and the death of Main Street. What a story. Jeff Flock, good stuff. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again real soon. You got it. Okay. We're working. Our competitors are not. And we'll have more live stuff after this.
If you could be more heart healthy just by drinking a glass of earthy vegetable juice daily, would you do it? Probably not. But what if this performance-enhancing veggie was transformed into a great-tasting circulation superfood drink? It's called Super Beets, and I can help you try it. See, Super Beets helps boost your body's nitric oxide levels, and that helps increase your energy and stamina. It supports healthy blood pressure, too. Drink Super Beets in the morning for energy, at the gym for extra long workouts, in the afternoon as a pick-me-up without jittery side effects. Super Beets is a circulation superfood. It's effective and it's convenient.
It really gives me the boost that I kind of need early in the morning.
I noticed a difference the first day within 30 minutes of taking it.
It's a very sweet, pleasant taste.
Just 1 teaspoon equals the dietary nitrate equivalent of 3 whole beets. And here's the secret. Super Beets are light dried, so the dietary nitrates are protected, and that's why you feel results fast. It's great for healthy blood pressure too. You'll feel the difference in your energy in as little as 20 minutes. That's guaranteed.
And then I started taking Super Beets, and I immediately felt like I was 10 years younger.
I actually take it twice a day because I find that in the afternoon I'm drinking less caffeine, and I actually think it's quite tasty.
With your first paid order of Super Beets, you'll receive 4 fantastic free bonuses. A full 30-day bonus supply of Super Beets. Free nitric oxide indicator strips to measure your results before and after using it, plus a free book. This is $80 worth of free gifts, yours to keep just for trying Super Beets today. Call or click now. With this special TV offer, you'll get free shipping too. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Receive your first canister of Super Beets risk-free, along with free indicator strips and a free book. You'll love it or your money back.
To order, call 1-800-646-8510. That's 1-800-646-8510. Or visit drinksuperbeets.com.
President's Day. We are working. Our competitors competitors are not. And I'll tell you, Ash and I, and Elizabeth, when she's here, love to do this. We're having a front row seat, watching history unfold.
Oh, the last 2 years have been remarkable. Every day brings something new.
Well, it's a
here we are,
privilege.
front row.
It's a privilege.
Yes.
You know, we've invented this live action news, live action presidency kind of show.
You have
because
to keep
the
up
news breaks 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Tell the audience what's going on. It is an absolute privilege to sit here and discuss America as history is being made. We love it. Now let's turn it over to Neil Cavuto, who has been dragged into work today.
Yes, indeed, we love it. We do love. You know, Stuart.
Yes, sir.
Something weird is going on. This market hasn't budged.
Shall I tell you all about it, Neil?
Yes, please do.
Let's leave it till tomorrow.
All right, thanks, buddy. We're on top of it because if it's news to you, it is news to us. All right, welcome everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and Fox on top of a day off for the markets, not a day off for Fox Business. We've got your financial back. And apparently a lot of Americans are feeling their financial mojo, holidays notwithstanding here. A lot of that has to do with growing optimism. Whatever comes out of the Trump White House is going to continue to be good for the economy. Let's pick it apart with Kelly Jane Torrance, the Weekly Standard Deputy Managing Editor, Diane Furchtgott-Roth, the former Reagan Economic Advisor, and last but certainly not least, Fatima Amara, of course, the former Young Democrats of America President. Fatima, what do you make of these stats that seem to show that Americans are increasingly confident in the economy and feeling that things will get better still? It doesn't quite cut equally among Democrats and Republicans, but there has been a surge for both. What do you make of that?
Yes, I think it's definitely the economy has been shifting in the right direction. That is obviously to credit of some of Obama's work in the last 8 years, taking unemployment rate from 10.9 to 4, a little under 4.9% currently. But